the reason why you're not seeing my health move is likely because I'm too far away for their weapons to have any real effect on me. So I'm just going to start moving towards one of these guys. Another way in which you can lock a target is you hold the control button and then left click. Now as I'm getting closer, I'm within his weapon range and he's actually able to damage me now. So this bar right here is your shields, that's your armor, that's your structure. I'm gonna just open fire on this guy, and I want to move off him a little bit. He's a bit too close for me. Now this guy's 15 kilometers away. I'm going to change ammo to some long range ammo, and I want to move closer to him, otherwise I won't be able to hit him. So I can now hit targets effectively as far as 15 kilometers. Now, when you destroy an enemy, they often drop wrecks. Sometimes they have stuff in them. In the case of these wrecks, they actually have something in them. The way you tell if a wreck has something in them is the box. If you see a box, there's items in the wreck. If you don't see a box, there's no items in the wreck. So we're just going to approach the wreck here and loot it. So you can either right click on a wreck in space, go open cargo, or via your overview. To transfer items from the wreck to your cargo hold, you can either left click and hold and drag, and now it's in your cargo hold, or you can press loot all. Now unfortunately, I was hoping by now I would have gotten a chance to activate my armor wrapper, but they just haven't taken down my shields yet. If they had gotten the chance to take down my shields, then you'd start to see my armor go down, then activate my armor wrapper. Unfortunately, until they take down my shields, the resists of this armor wrapper aren't going to readjust until their weapons hit my armor. If you look over at your journal, you can see that mine's flashing. If I click on it, it shows me the mission that I accepted. Click on it. Check mark means that I've completed the objective of my mission. These are rewards, ISK rewards, and loyalty points that I get for completing my mission. So to collect these, I have to go back to the mission or station that I accepted the mission in to hand it in. Now I can continue to kill these guys in the mission. As you can see, there is a bounty on this guy. All of these hostiles have bounties. So you can make extra ISK, which is in-game currency, by killing all the mission rats or NPCs. You can also make money from taking the items that drop in their wrecks and selling them on the market. Or you can keep them later on for other purposes, such as industry, invention. Now you can see here they finally started into my armor. So if we hover over my reactive armor hardener, you can see my resists, which were once 15% in all categories, have now stocked up to 30% in just kinetic and thermal damage. So if we look at my fitting menu, you can see I now have high thermal and kinetic resists. Oh, it just switched. So it took from my kinetic and added to my thermal resist because the damage types that I'm taking is majority thermal damage. And I just did it again. And that's specifically this type of armor hardener that's doing that. I'm just going to go ahead, activate my small armor wrapper. Fly backwards. As you can see, my armor is restoring itself. So there's no longer any reason for me to stay in this mission. I certainly don't need the ISK myself. So I'm going to warp back to my home system and hand in the mission. So over here you see it says set destination. So you click set destination. And then the system you came from highlights on your overview. So I'm going to right click and I'm just going to go jump. Now, just so I touch on this before I end my video, there is a level of free flying allowed. And for instance, if I double click in this direction here, my ship will then turn into that direction. You can also free fly by pressing the first person camera down here, and you can use your up and down arrows to turn your ship. You can adjust your speed to whichever speed that you like. Sometimes I'll fly in first person. Most of the time I'm flying in the orbit camera mode. So let's just go ahead and dock up. We're going to hand in the mission.
Warp drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Okay, so we've docked up. To hand in the mission, you just double click on the agent you accepted the mission from, and if you have all the requirements of the mission completed, just click complete mission, and then you can request another mission, or you can just press close. Now we'll just do a quick review of the items that I have picked up during the mission. Now in my cargo hold I have a new armor wrapper. Currently I'm using a Tech 2 armor wrapper, which is better than the wrapper that I picked up. You're not going to pick up Tech 2 items from NPC missions. These are typically made by other players and then you just purchase them on the market. I did pick up a micro warp drive, which is different than a afterburner. If I take my afterburner off and fit the micro warp drive on that I fitted, it greatly reduces my capacitor. However, if I hover over top of it, my max speed when I turn it on is over 3 kilometers a second. Whereas with the afterburner, it was only 1.1 kilometers a second. So I'll conclude the video here. I hope you find this video helpful. As you can see, you just got the rewards from the agent missions, and soon after you'll get the bounty rewards from your mission. And sometimes your standing can decrease with the faction whom you just destroyed, doing a mission for another faction. But that's for another video. So I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you learned a lot. If you have any questions or comments about things that you'd like to see in future videos, post it below. I also include, as a link in the description, a link to the account restrictions for alpha accounts. So if you're a new player, you're playing alpha, you'll know exactly what you can and can't fly, so that'll be in the description below. Take care, fly safe.